Good segue. Let's bring up Spencer Crittenden!
Now, I've had some loud applauses before, but Jesus Christ. That wasn't an invitation for more. Thank you. Jesus Christ. That was all pent up from the movie, I assume. What's up, you guys? Can I get something off my chest?
Yeah.
I'm a nerd.
Yeah.
And I'm fucking sick of all these jocks acting like nerds. No, but okay. I don't actually take a lot of shit from being a nerd. So I've said that before, but I didn't mean it. But here's the thing about social groups, from nerds to jocks to everything. It's all about excluding other people. Like, if you're a group, you're only a group because you're not that group. You're this group. So you have to single people out and ridicule them. Otherwise, you're just a huge, non-group.
Right, and so in high school, when I was a genuine, bona fide nerd,
and punished for it,
I would, and choosing it, I would report dutifully to a living room full of other nerds and play Dungeons and Dragons, and we would talk shit about fucking jocks because they weren't allowed. And if one of them had showed up, we would have treated them like shit. So, I mean,
it's just, I don't think it's a good part of nerd culture, but I think that's more humanity than anything else. It's just, we gotta get cred, we gotta kick other people out so we can be in.
When I was in high school, I was actually friends with all the other groups.
Me too.
But I didn't consider them. Look, I hated myself way more than anybody else was gonna, so
yeah.
I didn't care what they thought of me.
Yeah, I kind of was more like that too, and because of that, everyone liked me, and I was like, well, this works, but then...
I only cared. I was the biggest Jim Carrey fucking whore. Like, I only cared if people liked me, and I would do anything for a fucking social dollar.
And they didn't like you, right?
No, they did.
It worked.
That's the thing. Is like there's no wrong answers necessarily. It was like
there's wrong answers.
I was a nerd for how much I wanted people to like me, and I was like just clawing my way up.
Well, I was doing stand-up when I was like 16, so it was weird. I didn't care about all the stuff everybody else cared about. It was like they were worried about prom, and I was trying to get a tight 20 together. Seriously, I was just a weirdo that way. But I also feel really embarrassed to admit this publicly. This may be an exclusive. I was homecoming king.
I was senior class vice president.
I thought it was just like as a joke, you know what I mean? But,
no, I mean it probably was half like. I mean it was like.
Let's go. But
it's like a lot of the nerds I talked to that were like performance oriented. By their senior year, they had worked their way up to like I am the clown prince of nerdness, and it was like you blurred the line between nerd. I was like. People really, like, we used the word popularity when I was a kid. I don't even know if that means anything anymore now that everyone's connected to their phones and shit, but...
Yeah, it still means
popularity was, like, a thing. Like,
it still is.
Knowing who you were was valuable.
When Tom Kenny and I... Tom Kenny, you guys know him as SpongeBob and all that other stuff.
And Ice King.
He's the Ice King on Adventure Time, but...
That's the crowd, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only time I ever asked him if I could be on one of the shows he works on, actually, because I love that show so much. And I've known him since I was 6 years old. We've been friends our whole lives. And in second grade, they were picking teams for dodgeball. And there was 3 people left. It was he, I, and this girl who had 2 hooks for arms. It's a true story. And we were recently talking about it. And he said, that was the day I knew I'd never be good at sports. And the way my ego worked, I actually thought, oh, they didn't pick us because they knew we can handle it. So I've always had this huge amount of self-esteem and self-loathing all at the same time.
You're able to just, in a moment, like you can emergency bilge. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I just thought, yeah.
I just shut.
By the way, she got picked before us.
Yeah,
That's the tag.
I hope
Yeah.
she was great too. Yeah.
Well, she's a ringer in the dodgeball game. She had 2 hooks.
Yeah, she just pops them and they stick to her. Yeah.
Those are the days when I discovered an
You didn't
ability.
hit me.
I caught it. It counts. It's fine. You're out now.
Sorry, Dan. What were you saying?
I actually, my way of coping with it wasn't to like create that mythology in my head. I just found out, oh, there's a wire that all this pain comes through. I thought you were going to get up and kick my ass.
Here's some pain coming through.
You cut out my best parts in the movie.
The movie only had my best parts. Like there's literally not another scene of me being funny in any of those 600 hours of footage. It's amazing.
Well, cha-ching.
Yeah. No, you're telling me. You heard that applause.
That's
not. Thank you. That's very kind.
Anyways, I don't know why I have to follow this thought. I followed the cord with the pain on it, and I found that it plugs into part of your heart, and you can pull it.
The paint cord.
Yeah.